What's up, everybody? It's Johnny Bronto. It is a Tuesday night, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You are where you should be, watching America's #1 rated haunted attraction podcast at 8 o'clock on Tuesdays. I'm your host, Johnny Bronto. With me, as always, my lovely, beautiful, amazing co-host, Melissa Lukacs.
What's up, everyone?
It looks like our little sound meter thing hasn't kicked in yet.
Oh, no.
That's cool. There it goes.
Hey, there it is.
The magic of live television. All right, so got a couple things we got to get through officially. If you're watching the replay of this on YouTube, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button down below. We do need to give a couple shout-outs here. First thing is going to be to our platinum sponsors. We want to thank Fright Nights at the South Florida Fairgrounds in West Palm Beach, Florida, myfrightnights.com for being a platinum sponsor of HauntScene for this calendar year. And we also want to thank Eddie and everybody, all the amazing people over at Woods of Terror in Greensboro, North Carolina, woodsofterror.com for also sponsoring us. They are awesome. We love these people. And yeah, so thank you. Appreciate the support. That's a nice shirt you got there.
Thanks. That's a nice shirt you got there, Johnny.
What?
I wonder where you got it from.
I don't know. Maybe I picked it up at Spooky Empire this last weekend. Where did you get your shirt?
I got mine a little while ago.
Okay.
But from the same company.
From the same company.
Yep.
That company might actually be...
What is that company?
The Halloween
Shirt Company.
So thank you, Clint. We appreciate you, all the love and everything. Make sure you go to Halloween Shirt Company. Awesome designs. Love them. You are awesome. We do appreciate
Awesome shirts, too.
you.
They're very comfortable, very soft.
Yeah, I picked this one up. It's got
That's a cool one.
Like a New Jersey devil and like a little pumpkin.
There's a little pumpkin on the side. I like mine's like a traditional Halloween. It has a little boo at the bottom.
Awesome. Very cool. All right, what's going on? Can't wait to see. Rick Danford is the man, Peter Anthony says. Okay, well, make sure you chime in on the comments. We're going to go ahead and bring on our very special guest. We probably should have had Rick on like a year or two ago because we've known Rick at least a little while. And finally, we get our first Rick of the season on.
Yay!
The other Rick canceled. We love you, Rick. But let's go ahead and bring on... And I'm going to unmute him first.
Unmute.
There we go.
Yeah.
Look at that quality production right there.
Good job, Johnny. I'm so proud of you.
Mr. Rick Danford.
What's up, Rick?
How's it going?
It's going
Doing
good.
well. How are you doing? Welcome to HauntScene.
Thank you. I'm glad to be here after such a long wait.
Yeah. Well, there's
should have had me a year ago, but okay.
There's like a queue. We've got like 3 years worth of guests lined up. We don't. But thank you for joining us. Rick is a writer and director of film and all amazing things. Runs Indie Horror Junkie. Go to indiehorrorjunkie.com. But you know what? I'm doing his job for.
That's right.
him.
It should be Rick himself introducing him.
Rick,
yeah.
we do a little segment on the show which makes it so I can be lazy. What?
The elevator pitch.
The elevator pitch.
I love the elevator pitch.
So yeah.
I always love this part.
The elevator pitch.
Yay.
The camera is on Rick Danford, and he's in front of America, and he's going to introduce himself to everybody. Tell everybody at home what you do. You're amazing.
Yeah, my name is Rick Danford. I am a horror writer, director, sometimes actor, producer, a little bit of everything. I do feature films, short films. I created a magazine called Indie Horror Junkie that has gone from digital now to print. It's also turned into a film festival. We're producing our own original content as well. I also run a couple of different film festivals, Mistress Mary Horror Film Festival, which is coming up in October, and the Indie Horror Junkie Film Festival, which comes up in February at MegaCon.
Nice. Very cool.
All right. Well, let's bring on some of that stuff here. Okay. So, indiehorrorjunkie.com on Facebook. Make sure you follow them on Facebook. Make sure you follow them on Instagram. Are you on any other platforms that people should be following on social media?
We're on X as well. And we're also on that new, I'm not sure if you're aware of it, called Slasher, which is kind of like a Facebook, but just for horror aficionados. We're on there as well.
Okay. So look up. So it's Indie Horror Junkie on everything, right?
On everything.
What about Only Rick's? You got an Only Rick's account?
Only Rick's.
No, I don't have an Only Rick's account yet. I've been thinking about it, though.
Okay.
Do you have Only Johnny's?
Only Brontos?
Only Brontos.
Nice. Yes, these are really cool pumpkins in the background. Studio 1031 Concepts. I want to give them a shout out. I picked up a couple pumpkins from our buddy Courtney, so thank you for that. But we got all kinds of stuff. Okay, so we're going to bring on let's do this first. Let's show a couple things. IndieHorrorJunkie.com, print magazine, digital magazine, the podcast, the film fest, original films, all the things just like Rick just said. I want to make sure I cover my bases. And if you are tuning in, the perfect time, Wednesdays at 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. Rick also does a podcast, the Indie Horror Junkie podcast. You can listen live or watch live because it's a audio video podcast, which is the best kind. And yeah, so you can do that. I think you can watch that right on the page, right?
You can watch it right on the page. It also has its own webpage, IndieHorrorJunkiePodcast.com.
Copy. You can link to it from the Indie Horror Junkie page, though. Okay, cool. I'm going to make sure
Absolutely.
I didn't get any of my links wrong.
Good job, Johnny.
Look at me. I'm covering all the bases.
You're doing great. Good job, Johnny.
I know, right?
Good job. I'm so proud of you.
I know. And Rick's got all kinds of awesome projects coming up. So, what should we do first? Should we show all the amazing things that Rick has been a part of on imdb.com? Because I'm lazy.
Oh yeah,
Or should we
let's
go
do that.
right into the interview questions? Let's do the IMDb first.
Let's do the IMDb first.
Yeah,
leave
yeah.
the questions to the last.
All right, cool. All right,
that's
give me
cool.
1 second to pull this up here. Make sure I got this. I love these pictures of Rick. They're so good.
So
All right,
great.
and he's smiling, and it's so good. All right, there we go.
One of the first things you should pull up on IMDb is our new feature film that we just completed called The Clock.
Nice.
We're very excited about it. It's just now going out for distribution.
All right, very cool. Well,
The magic of live
We want to
television.
make sure we clock that. See what I did there?
Look at that.
Good job,
That's
Johnny.
really bad.
I love the dad
All right,
jokes.
so IMDb has lots of ads, so none of these ads are something that we promote or whatever. But if you just look up Mr. Rick Danford here on IMDb.com, he's got his own page. He's got like a little thing you can listen
We're
to.
getting picked on, but who the hell cares?
Who the hell
I'm
cares?
their teacher, not their goddamn bodyguard.
Yeah.
That's my acting
Look at
rhythm.
this Caleb.
That's acting. Scene, right? Very cool.
Very well.
So if
Very
you go
good.
and look up Rick here, you can go and see all his things, all his all the credits. So many writing credits.
Oh, wow.
So many acting credits and directing credits and all the things here. I would love to go through each one of these, but we only have like an hour. So let's focus on the upcoming stuff, right? Oh, do you know what?
Mm-hmm.
In the Halloween Death Walks Among Us Chapter 2, we have our friend Tampa J was actually in that movie, and Rick was in that movie too.
Really?
Rick
Oh, that's
Stacy of
cool. I
13
did not
Studios.
know that. That is
So,
cool.
yeah, go and
Do we
check
have,
these out.
Small trailers that we can see of that one.
Well, you can actually see the whole thing. It's on YouTube.
Yeah.
It's a free video on YouTube.
Oh wow.
Nice.
Okay.
Look,
that is really cool.
With that. That's really, really cool. All right, upcoming stuff right here. Now, Lycanthrope, right? Got that one coming up. Werewolves. So let's take a look at
love
that one
werewolves.
right there. Right? Werewolves. Human doggos, right?
I love human doggos.
Man. got
Human
all kinds of
doggos.
stuff.
I've never heard that before, but okay.
Yeah, got that right there. Got right in that. Okay, storyline. A brutal serial killer is captured in and freely admits to his heinous crimes. But that's not as shocking as next confession that he's a real-life werewolf. And during the next full moon and on live TV, he intends to prove it. That's cool.
I love the dramatic readings, by the way. I miss those.
I mean, Rick, let me know if you ever need, like, in a world where there's werewolves, human doggos.
Human doggos.
Yeah.
Human doggos. I'm going to be saying that all night. I know it.
That's all right. You're welcome. I coined it. We're going to have to put that on the shirt.
We're gonna have to put that human doggos on the shirt.
Lycanthrope on the front,
And the
human doggos on the back.
Yep.
That's cool. All right, so go and read about all the projects and things, and then you also got the clock coming up, and I was reading about this one earlier. Go away, ad. All right. There it is, the clock. It is completed.
Mm-hmm.
All right, very cool.
Got a really cool trailer out there, too, but I don't think IMDb connected to it. It's on YouTube, though.
I mean, can we watch it without YouTube hating us?
Yeah, absolutely.
Let's do it right now. You know what? What should I look for on
You should
YouTube?
see probably the Clock final trailer. That's the one we just put up.
Clock.
That's what I labeled it, so it should be the easiest to find.
There it is.
There it is.
All right,
Bingo.
let's do this. Let's.
Yeah, let's do it.
Hey, we know
about her?
Beautiful.
Looks to be about 100 years old.
Older than that.
It just chimed a moment ago.
You say this clock struck.
Isabel! You called me? What do you think? What is it?
And now I'm officially old.
You didn't tell me you got a grandfather clock. I can feel the energies coming from it.
Are you saying this is haunted or something?
Come on, you're moving it.
Speaking of the devil.
Awesome.
Damn, that's awesome. That was awesome.
Those eyes were like ridiculous, man.
Them glowing eyes.
Ugh. Was that the Mayor Stringer house?
Was that the what?
The Mayor Stringer house, the haunted house that's in Florida, Brooksville?
No, that's actually we've heard about that house. That house is very close to the one we shot in. It was a private home that we shot in, but it's supposed to be haunted as well.
Cool.
So, but it's not that. That one actually has tours and stuff that go through it. She's never opened her house up to anybody before until us. So it was a really cool experience.
Very, very cool. Yeah, I just saw that shot of it. It kind of reminded me of that. Very cool, man. All right, we got this is awesome. Let Rick know what you think of that trailer. Definitely check that out. When is that movie dropping, and how are people going to be able to see it?
Well, we just got distribution. It's going to be announced here officially in the next day or two. They're going to start putting it through the process right now. They've told me that the plan is to have it out on streaming services by the summer.
Oh, cool.
Oh, cool. Awesome.
Well, let me know when it drops, and we'll make sure we pass
We
it
do a
along.
viewing party or something.
Yeah. Good clock.
That'd be cool. Yeah, absolutely.
It's time for.
It's time
We'll
for the
have
clock.
to do nothing but clock puns.
Yes, I'm done. I've waited all this time for the clock.
That was actually really good.
That was good.
That was
Thank
really
you.
good.
I surprise myself sometimes.
I know.
Thank
Good
you.
job.
Thanks.
Very cool. What else we got in here? We got Legend of Chucky, a fan film, the Nightmare Collection, Volume 2 completed, and looks like we got the Volume 3 coming up here. That was something that you wanted us to mention here. So what about let's talk about the Volume 3 coming up here in production.
Okay, well, the Nightmare Collection is actually an anthology film that I started back in 2001. Volume 1 came out in 2001, and then we took about a 20-year break, and we did Volume 2, which is just now coming out on DVD. As a matter of fact, it's available on VHS right now, and now we're jumping right into production on Volume 3, which actually goes in front of the cameras in July.
Hey, Amy's in that too. That's
Yeah,
cool.
I saw that.
Cool. You're in that as well, right?
Yeah, I like getting little cameos here and there. Nothing major, but I like popping my head in there every so often.
Oh my God, can we be an extra?
Can we be an
Can
extra?
we be a dead body in
Oh
one
my
of your
God, can I
films?
get killed in one of your films? You want me to get killed in one of your films?
Oh, we'll definitely kill you.
That's awesome, yes!
All right, that's awesome.
It's a dream of mine. Let's do it.
All right, the clock is a must-see. Molly Zombie says, Peter Anthony, Rick is a man of many skills. Kira's in here. Very cool. All right, thank you all for watching.
Chris Carter's in
I
here.
do
Yo, my
appreciate
favorite
that.
peeps. What's up, Chris? Courtney.
Cool. Awesome. So the anthology. So how many bits are in this one, or how many bits do you typically put in your anthology movies?
In the first one, we put 4. In the second one, there's 4 as well. In this one, there's going to be 3.
Okay.
Yeah, we got 3 short films and then the wraparound. The wraparound we're shooting in July, and then one of the short films is called The Turning, which is a zombie film. We're shooting that in August.
Oh, wow. Cool,
awesome.
cool.
Nice. All right. We should pitch him Flamingeddon. If we're not going to make Flamingeddon, we should have
yes.
Rick make
Yeah,
it.
we should have
Rick,
him make
when we sit down next time, I want to pitch you a movie, just a movie pitch, and then maybe you can make it, because it's guaranteed to make at least $1 billion in the box office. Best.
Oh, it's guaranteed to be $1 billion. I'm in.
Best movie of the year.
I mean, absolutely. All right, so we got this here. See some familiar faces in here. We love Amy. Just saw Amy here. Got some other folks. Very, very cool. And then you were also working on, not necessarily horror, or maybe it is, Velocity King's Ride or Die.
What's up?
Yep.
All right, so that is, give us a sport bike racing teams known as the Velocity Kings face tragedy after their leader dies mysteriously. Then they clash with Dominica, a shadowy figure, and must retrieve stolen goods to clear his name or face the same fate. Is this going to be a horror movie?
No, this is a sport bike movie.
Okay.
It's basically geared around a magazine that's going around here locally called Florida Ride or Die, basically showing off the sport bike community and the family unit, so to speak, with that. And we've developed a little dramatic story that kind of ties it all in together. So we filmed that the June 7th through the 15th.
Oh, very cool. Now, is that, you said Florida Ride or Die? It's not.
Florida Ride or Die is
It's
the
not-
magazine that we're
It's not Florida Ride or Die?
Floor Ride or Die.
no, it's not Flow Ride.
Come on, missed
Featuring Flow
opportunity.
Rider? Oh, man.
Well, actually, Flow Rider probably has it like
Yeah.
lockdown.
Yeah.
All right, very cool, man. Oh, dude, this is so cool. I mean, how do you have time for all this stuff to do all these things?
I don't.
You don't.
I'm really, every day I wake up and wonder, like, what is it I'm going to forget about today?
Yeah.
It's just, my hands are in so many different cookie jars. But the way I look at it is that we only go around this world once, so let's get as much stuff done as we can.
Let's do it. Yeah, thousands of years from now, when aliens, take over the dead planet and they find a copy of Legion of Chucky, a fan film. I mean, they're gonna be all over it. That's awesome.
Absolutely. They may resurrect me. You never know.
Yeah, I mean, specifically you. They're like, you know what? We need this guy.
Just you, 'cause we
need
need
this guy to
another
make
version of this one.
Flamingeddon.
Yes.
Flamingeddon? I've got to hear about this one.
Oh man, I can't wait.
You need to be put in a time capsule somewhere so we can
yeah.
get it later on down the road.
All right. And you've been making movies for so long, man. Look at all this stuff. Do you keep a running total, like a running tally in your brain about how many projects you've been involved in or how many things you've written or whatever?
I really haven't. I mean, I've mainly done short films. I've done competition films. I've written films for other people. I've done little bits and pieces in other people's films. I just like to try and get involved in as much as I can, get out there as much as I can, network as much as I can, because I just love the whole horror community, the people I've met, the connections I've made, the films I've seen and been a part of. It's just such an amazing thing, and everybody's like a family in this community, so I'm just like living off of it.
Oh, that's cool. And I know that you cross over with the haunt industry a lot, which we love. So that's kind of cool. A lot of the same people and places and companies and effects and everything. So that's really cool.
Yeah, we did an event over here called Haunted Havana that we did in the Cuban Club, and I worked with Courtney for 1031, and he built a little haunt in there.
Oh, that's cool.
And it was such a great evening.
Huh? And that place is like legit haunted like crazy.
Which one?
The Cuban Club.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. We went there last year.
Yeah.
Yeah, we did a little ghost tour thing.
That's where the murder house was.
Oh, yeah. The
Murder house.
Force in Tampa?
That was the Force in Tampa.
There's a comment here from Debbie Paulson. Little known fact, Rick Danford not only does horror, but passion films and faith-based. Ask him how he wraps his mind and reasoning and writing around such diverse types of films and topics.
All right. Yeah, that works. Thank you, Debbie, for the question.
Yeah, thank you, Debbie, for that. Copious amounts of alcohol definitely help as I switch gears from horror to faith-based. But no, I've really just been a fan of movies all my life. I've seen so many different movies in so many different genres, and it is kind of weird when you think about it. But I really enjoy pretty much everything, just like music and stuff like that. It's whatever mood I'm in, whatever genre I decide that this is going to be my genre today, or this is where my passion is right now, whatever. But I just love movies in general. Horror is probably my favorite because I've got the most experience with it. I love the adrenaline pumping that you get when you have good horror and scary stuff. So that's probably my favorite. But I've written and directed dramatic films. I've written and directed faith-based films, and I love them just as much. I'm just an all-around movie person.
Is there any genre that you haven't tackled yet that you want to get into? Rom-coms?
No. I mean, not rom-coms. I don't think I would do that well, even though I like adding comedy and stuff like that, and I do have some romantic stuff. But I don't know. I mean, I guess to me, it's wherever the good story is. I'm all about a good story. If I can find a good story, no matter what genre it is, something that I can really sink my teeth into, that I can develop, I'm all for it.
Okay, very cool. Well, I think it's time for some questions.
I'm ready for some questions.
And I have to say, Rick, I've outdone myself with this. Is probably the best 10 questions I've ever put together just for you.
Oh, wow.
Really?
And
Just for me?
Yeah, and Rick does not know these questions. Some of our guests like to see the interview questions ahead of time, but Rick wants to just go in and answer the
Totally
things.
blind. Let's do
And
it.
the reason why we're getting into this a little bit earlier is because some of these I think are going to require a little bit of time for Rick to answer. You know, when he gives his thesis, his dissertation on the history of film, you know, from the beginning to now, you know, I'm just kidding. We're not going to go that deep. What's up? We got Halloween Lovers Club
Halloween
in here.
Lovers
What's
Club.
up, HLC? We love. Make sure you guys follow Halloween Lovers Club. It's like a mishmash of a bunch of different content creators putting out Halloween stuff. Awesome on Instagram, and follow them on Facebook as well. I just can't help myself. If anybody pops in the stream, I'm just going to push them. Molly Zombies in here. Love
Definitely,
them.
yeah. Always supporting
So,
our friends.
All right.
We do.
Are you ready? Are you ready for the
I'm ready for
questions?
this. Rick, are
Let's
you
do
ready
it.
for this? Let's do it.
Let's go into 10
yeah, I'm
questions
ready.
with Rick Danford.
So
Oh,
mysterious.
God.
Oh, yeah.
It's mysterious to Rick because he has no clue.
He has no clue. The question is, how bad are these questions going to be? Oh, no, Rick's gone. Hold on. We got to
Rick,
fix Rick.
oh no!
Rick, you broke. Hold
You
on.
disappeared.
Oh, no.
How did that? Hold on one second. The magic of live television. We're going to fix it right here. Where are you? And there's Rick. Look at that. Why did you
Just his
why did you
note.
get all
Oh,
squished
he's
together?
expanding.
There
There he
There
is.
we go. All right. Okay. Sorry about that. This is the magic of live television. There we go. Let's get Rick nice in there. Because we want Rick to get a
You got me
nice...
all nervous now with the 10 questions today. Come on
I
now.
mean, are you ready for this? Because these are going to be
I'm ready.
really
Let's
good.
do it.
All right. Question number 1.
All right.
Question number 1, Rick. What film or show made you want to first pick up a camera?
Wow. Actually, I didn't want to be a filmmaker at first. I wanted to be a stuntman. And the reason I wanted to be a stuntman was because of a movie called Hooper with Burt Reynolds, where he played a stuntman. After I saw that movie, I decided I wanted to be a stuntman. Filmed a little movie in my front yard, hurt myself, and decided, okay, I want to be a writer. So we're going to write now. We're not going to do stunts anymore. And that's when I kind of started getting into it.
That's awesome.
But Hooper would be that one.
Okay. All right. That's cool. That's cool. All right. Next one. Next question here. Go ahead and do this one, Melissa. All
right.
You ready for this?
Let's do it.
Oh.
What is your go-to film for inspiration?
Ooh. Probably my go-to film for inspiration, believe it or not, is not a horror film. It's a movie called Good Will Hunting.
Oh, yeah.
I've heard of that
love
one.
that movie because that is one of the greatest scripts I've ever had the pleasure of reading and watching. And every time I watch it, just the dialogue, the acting, and everything inspire me.
Yeah. Melissa, do you like apples?
I do like apples.
How you like them apples?
I got a number. How
Is
do you
that
like
from
them apples?
that from the movie? I've heard of it. I've just never seen it.
Yeah.
But I have heard of
What?
it.
You've never seen Good Will Hunting?
No. I bet you have it on DVD though.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're gonna have to watch
Rick,
it one day.
Rick, we got to cut this short. I got to show her this movie. It's got like
required viewing.
yeah, it's got like it's got everybody in it. Ben Affleck, fucking
What is it about?
Matt Damon. It's got Robin Williams. He's
Robin Williams,
He's
yep.
like a genius, and it's
I'll have to watch it. I definitely have to watch it.
It's
yes.
so good. Rick, a little inside joke. You may know this or not. Did you read the original script with the extra scene?
No, I did not. I heard that obviously Ben Affleck and Matt Damon won the Academy Award for that. But from what I heard, once they wrote the original screenplay, it went through many hands and got altered a lot. So it's not really totally theirs. But no, I did not read the original script.
Okay. All right. There's a little Easter egg in there. Okay. All right.
Okay. I feel like there's gonna be a
It's not
side
quite
There's
PG
gonna be a
related for
side
this show,
clip
but I was
later.
just wondering if Rick knew that bit of trivia. Okay, cool. All right,
I
next,
have to look it up now.
next question. What is your favorite snack after a long day or night of shooting?
Oof,
And this could
favorite
be
snack?
energy drink, candy, food, fast food place, Waffle House, whatever you got.
In all seriousness, I don't think I've ever had an energy drink. Believe me, Red Bull, none of that stuff.
Really?
I've never actually.
Not
had
even
one of those.
Ghost?
Man, you need to.
I know.
You need to try
I don't know what
Ghost.
it
Ghost is amazing.
Yeah.
Ghost? I've never even heard of that.
Sponsored by
Oh,
Ghost.
man, it's
Yep.
0 sugar.
Yeah.
Gazillion grams of caffeine.
And it tastes
it's
amazing.
Spooky. We love it. I normally have one within
have-
arm's reach, but I don't.
A million different flavors to choose from, depending on what you like.
Well,
Yes.
So.
Please sponsor us.
To me, I'm really boring. To me, after a long day of shooting, I usually swing by on the way home, Dunkin' Donuts, and get a coffee.
Oh man, I love Dunkin' Donuts.
Donuts. And they're
Yes.
usually 24 hours, so it works out.
Yeah. There's not many down here because it's flooded with Starbucks, but other than that, there's here and there, but I love them.
But Starbucks isn't open 24 hours a day.
It is not. Dunkin'
That's
Donuts
right.
is.
You know?
Dunkin' Donuts
Yeah.
is.
So Javier, the barista, is not working right now.
Javier, the barista.
That's an inside joke.
Okay, gotcha.
All right, so so let's do the next one. Did I read this one or did you read that one?
You read that one.
Okay, some of these are kind of long. I might have to read the really
Okay.
long ones. All right. What is the most difficult part of working with the film industry in specifically Florida?
The most difficult part of working in the film industry in Florida. Well, I've only really had experience working in Florida. I've heard many other stories, but that's a difficult question because I've heard of many, like just to give you an example, locations. I mean, we usually have a really easy time getting locations because in Florida, people are always eager to be in movies and have movies made. You go to California or New York, you're paying through the nose for every location because there's a movie being filmed on every block. So Florida, that's why I could never understand why we don't offer more tax incentives and have more people filming here because people want movies made. So whenever we announce a movie to be made, we're usually getting people reaching out to us, offering locations, offering equipment, offering to bring food and this and that. So I can't really think of the most difficult part other than the fact that it's hot.
Yeah.
So you usually have to try and film towards the winter or the cooler months unless you're going to shoot inside. Because when you're shooting outside, it's 120 degrees and you have mosquitoes the size of pterodactyls coming down. That's an issue.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you ever had
Very
any
swampy.
Have you ever had any issues with like wildlife when you've been out filming, like gators or brown recluse spiders,
Giant spiders.
or the coral snakes? Because there's stuff in Florida that will kill you straight up.
Little
Kill you.
gentlemen kill
Oh
you.
yeah. Oh yeah. Well, we filmed Debbie Paulson, who's actually watching this right now. We filmed in her house, and I remember we had moved something, a lamp, and there was like a brown recluse
Oh
that
goodness
we had to kill there.
gracious.
So obviously they were there. We just never saw them, never encountered them. But there was this one time we shot this little short film called The Lost, and we shot a scene out of this wooded area. And I remember it was like pitch black in the woods. You couldn't quite see out there. We didn't see what it was, but something was growling or snarling, and it sounded really big. So we tended to shift the production away from it because we figured, what we can't see can't hurt us, and let's just leave it at that.
Goodness gracious.
That could be anything. And there's so
It was
much
kind of creepy.
There could have
crazy
been
stuff here in
anything. Yes.
Anything. It sounded big though.
Okay. All right.
Wolves,
Cool. Wolves.
jaguars,
Wild boars.
bobcats. I know there's bobcats in some forests. Yeah, hyenas.
What are those? Yeah, like
Yeah.
not hyenas. The what are the dogs that are wild? Hyenas. Am I
Hyenas.
wrong?
Yeah.
human
wild
doggos?
dogs.
Yeah,
human
human dog-
doggos.
werewolves.
It could have been
You got
werewolves.
people on bath
Yep.
salts. You got all
Could have
kinds
been.
of
Yep.
stuff. Who knows?
Could have been.
Yeah, it could have been. Never know. All right. Let's see. Read this one. Listen.
How do you feel about the recent trend of movies like Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey, and etc.?
I don't like it. I mean, to me, that's just somebody that's monitoring public domain, looking for something that's got a name to it, putting together a quick horror movie and trying to make a buck. So you're basically it's a cash grab. I mean, I would like to see more thought process into developing a story that's actually legit, as opposed to just having, something. But then again, in fairness, I haven't seen Winnie the Pooh. I've just read the reviews. They haven't been good. But I appreciate making a film. I know what it takes to make a film. I know what it takes to write, direct, produce, and get it out there. So for that, my hat's off to them for doing it. And for all I know, it's an actual good movie. But I don't know. That's my childhood, They're making one about Steamboat Willie now.
That's
going in the
right.
public domain.
Yeah, they're doing
I
Mickey
mean,
Mouse. 'cause
it's
it just
kind of
got
exploded.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
As soon as it got
Yeah.
released, there were like things on Instagram about them making a Mickey Mouse movie. I was like, that's wild.
It's more about the actual name than it is like the substance of the film.
Yeah.
'Cause
Exactly. That's the part I don't like.
Yeah, the
If you've got a
controversy.
good story and you can think of something cool to turn it into a horror type film, I'm all for that. Do it. I'm always good. I'm always fine with a different twist or a different take on something. But to just grab a name and try and do a cash grab and throw something together like that, that's cheating to me, you know?
Okay. All right. We got Amy in here. Debbie's in here. Very cool. Like Bambi, LOL film
short done recently.
Yeah. All right. That's very cool. All right. Next one. Let's see what we got here. Okay. If you could think of the whole process of getting a film made from beginning to end. If you could eliminate one process, if you could have one part of the filmmaking process automatically completed, like just say it's done, what would it be and why? If you could just skip a step and have it done for you, what would you skip?
Oh, that's the easiest question in the world. Funding.
Funding.
I mean, that's the hardest part of every film is finding somebody that's going to back that movie, that's going to give you what you need in the budget to be able to pay everybody. Because I know people will do stuff for free and they want to work for free, but I've always felt guilty about that. If I can somehow get a budget together, I want to try and pay people at least a little bit of something. So yeah, if I could just walk into a movie and say, hey, I want to go ahead and make this Human Doggo movie next year. And somebody comes up and they goes, sounds good. I'll back it. I'll fund it. I mean, that's the biggest heartache of all right there is funding. I think any filmmaker will tell you that.
Johnny, I feel like that's the one movie we should be in is Human Doggos.
Human Doggos.
Human Doggos.
Yeah, here's the thing. I should have thought of that when I put this question together. I'm calling a mulligan on that. What would be the next thing that you, because funding?
Man, I thought I got away with one
I know
there.
that one I made too easy. So
Yeah.
So if you can, besides funding, any other part of the filmmaking process, which part do you wish you could just skip or have done for you?
Probably locations.
Okay.
Locations are really hard because scheduling and finding some place that people can get to and then locking it down. That's probably the hardest. I mean, casting, I've worked with so many actors and actresses in movies that I've made or movies that I've made with other people that I've got a good, pool. And when we put stuff out there, we get people reaching out to us. So we got a good pool and good resources there. Probably that or brewing. Finding really good DPs and editors and stuff like that are ready, willing, and able to go and do it because that's an extremely important piece. And these people are busier than everything. And, it's really hard to find good people that are available and you can budget in there.
All right, very cool, very cool. Now, have
Amy and Debbie are also saying paperwork, NDAs, and LOIs.
Yeah, stuff like that's not hard to me because I just have Amy do it.
That's
Gotcha.
See?
Easy enough.
Just pass it along.
Pass it along to Amy.
Cool.
I'm sure she's commenting on that right now.
Yeah.
And probably in the process. Yeah, it's coming up.
Okay.
Yep, it's coming. Probably all capital letters too.
Yep.
Oh, the laughy faces.
Laughing emojis.
Yeah. Oh, we love you, Amy.
Yeah. All right, next one. Okay, so go ahead and read this one, Melissa.
What was the one thing that just came together and or fell apart when making a film?
Oof. The one thing, as in the one part of the process, or
Yeah, like what was one thing you were making a film and it all just kind of like magically came together, or like catastrophically fell apart? Like give me one instance of both.
Oh wow. Magically came together. I would probably say, does it have to be a film?
Could
Because
be
I'm thinking of Indie Horror Junkie
whatever
magazine.
you've created. Yep.
I'm thinking of Indie Horror Junkie magazine. I mean, that came together as me just wasting time, putting little notes and stuff about upcoming movies from other people together for a digital zine. And things just came together so quickly. I met Amy. Amy and I had the exact same vision. We started getting people dropping in saying, hey, we'd love to do this. We'd like to help you here. Interviews, everything. It turned in from a digital zine into a print magazine, film festival, podcast, and everything so quick because it just seemed like there was such a need for it. And I met the perfect people to help me, like Amy and Otis and Molly Zombie and everybody that all stepped up. And it just seemed like that was meant to be. So that's probably the good one, that everything just came together. As far as catastrophically fell apart, oof, that's easy. The very first film I ever made was a movie called The Web of Darkness. I wrote this movie. It's a vampire film. I got Tom Savini involved. I got Brink Stevens involved, but I had no idea how to make a movie. So I went and I reached out to this company that I was told about that makes movies here, a production company. They told me and they convinced me, hey, don't worry about it. We'll take care of everything behind the camera. You just work with the actors and we'll make a movie. Sounded great. Day one, their sound guy didn't show up. So we had to learn how to do sound. finding out that their cameraman was really a still photographer. So he spent the entire shoot trying to eliminate shadows. I didn't know anything about that. I thought that's what he's supposed to do, not knowing that you're supposed to be utilizing shadows. So we ended up firing that company, I think, 3 times during the course of that film, just to try and get it done. And it took me an extra half a year to a year just to get it edited and finished when it was done. So everything that could go wrong went wrong twice during that production. But the one good thing I would say is to me, that was filmmaking in a bottle right there. I knew nothing about making films when I started that project. And when I got done, I was leaps and bounds ahead, knowing what I needed to do, what I did wrong, and what I need to do better. So it ended up being a great experience, even though it was hell on wheels.
Yeah.
Trial by fire. That's cool. That's really cool.
Debbie Paulson also says sound. If your sound and lighting doesn't come through correctly, your time was wasted.
Yeah, kind of like when you're watching a live podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or you forget to like unmute or something.
Yeah, if I just unmute, if I mute somebody and I
know,
just turn Rick's audio off or something like that.
Yeah. Well, that is one of the things I learned really quick is that with video, especially with today's technology, there's a lot of things you can do to correct and fix that. But if you've got bad audio, you got a bad movie.
Nice. Oh, I'm gonna ask a side question here. Like, do you have like a favorite piece of gear? You just like love it.
Favorite piece of gear? Me as a director, because I'm not, like I said, I'm not a cameraman or anything like that. As a director, I would say a monitor.
Okay.
So many of my earlier movies, I never had a monitor. So the entire time I'm directing, I'm trying to peek over the cameraman's eyes to see what's going on in the camera so I can see where the framing is and everything else. So finally, when I worked with Salo, he gave me one of those little handheld monitors that I could just sit and watch and see what he's seeing. And that's like a whole light turned on in my, one day I'm going to have my own separate little monitor set up on a stand right there where I can see it from my director's chair and do it for real,
Yeah.
And that's my dream.
That's cool.
That's awesome.
That's when I know I've made it.
Yeah, and you got your own little monitor chair, like one of those folding director chairs. That's cool.
Yeah. Your name on the back of it? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, once I have one of those, I'll know I've made it.
Definitely.
Very cool. All right. Put that on. By the way, everybody that knows Rick, put that on Rick's Christmas list.
Yes, a director chair with his name on it.
And monitor. Maybe monitor
Yes.
first, then chair. Okay. All right.
That's true. Monitor first.
Prioritize these things. All right, next question. Okay, this is, I just, I thought of this in the car today.
Okay.
Rick, what is more impactful to you in making a film? The first time you say action or the final time you say cut?
That's a really good question. And to tell you the truth, I could make an argument for both.
Okay.
Because when you say action, I just love making movies. I always said to myself that if I ever have a heart attack and pass away, I want it to be on set. Because I just love making movies. I really do. It's the camaraderie. It's just knowing that you're creating something that's going to outlive you. It's a beautiful thing. So saying action is impactful to me because it means that I'm beginning that process. All the writing, script reading, table reads, location scouting, casting, crewing, all led to that moment where we're saying action and making our movie. So that's really important. But also that final time when you say cut, knowing that you've got all your shots, you've got everything you need, everybody's done. You can say, everybody get out of here, go home, enjoy your family. And now it's just time to edit and make your movie. That's a special thing too. That whole, what they call the martini shot, that last shot of the entire shot, that's a special time because you know that you've put in so much time and effort that it's a beautiful thing.
It's Amy said that.
That
the
martini shot, baby.
That's cool.
Nice.
All right, good answers, man.
Amy's probably already had a few martinis tonight.
Yeah. All right, next one. We got two more. For you. All right, Melissa.
What actor would you like to work with the most?
Blue Sky, Living or Dead?
Or would you like to work
Living or
with?
Dead, really?
Oh yeah, go nuts. We can
Yeah.
raise the dead here.
Yeah, of course.
Wow. My idol's always been Burt Reynolds. I grew up loving Burt Reynolds, watching Burt Reynolds, Smokey and the Bandit, and one of those.
Smokey and the Bandit.
And I had an opportunity almost to work with him, but I didn't get a chance to. He would be one that I would love to. That and also Bruce Lee. Even though I've never done a martial arts film, I adored Bruce Lee. He was my hero growing up. So I would say living right now, I like Sylvester Stallone. Even though he's kind of limited with his acting, he's an all-around filmmaker. He's an all-around writing, directing, acting. I would love to sit and pick that guy's brain, for whatever time. I sit and have coffee and work with him and get him on screen somehow. So yeah, to me, it's Sylvester Stallone.
Okay, cool.
Okay. All right.
Amy said, I brought some moonshine back from Tennessee.
Ooh, she says bourbon.
Bourbon. Oh, Debbie said that. Sorry. Amy says
Yeah,
bourbon.
Debbie's got the moonshine.
Debbie said moonshine. Sorry. All right. Very cool. And then the final question.
Ooh.
Oh, here we go.
Are you ready for this one?
I'm ready for this one.
This is the easiest one, right?
I don't remember. I don't even remember what this was.
This is
It's
all,
all a blur
this is
right
brand
before
new to
I
all
put
of
it.
us
Yeah,
now.
yeah, yeah.
This is, yeah.
All right, next one here. Okay. I love these types of
Blue sky
questions.
scenario.
Blue sky scenario. You are the writer-director of a film, and you have the ability to assemble a dream crew. So, like, just, if you want to, like, certain FX companies, CGI companies, maybe you want to work with, like, Hans Zimmer or something like that, like a music composer or something like that. Like, what kind of folks would you like to assemble your dream team, your Mount Rushmore of film people?
Wow, my Mount Rushmore film. I would probably have to say the script that is my dream project right now, which is Lycanthrope that you have on your banner.
Mm-hmm.
That is a script that I wrote 20 years ago, and I've been tweaking it for 20 years.
Oh, wow.
And I've never tried to make that movie because that's a werewolf movie, and I'm the biggest werewolf fan out there. I've seen every movie and and read every book. So I wrote it based on what it is that I would like to see in a werewolf movie. So most werewolf movies you see where you don't see the werewolf hardly at all. You'll see maybe a glimpse of fur or teeth or whatever it is until the end. My werewolf movie, you see him in his full glory in the first 5 minutes, and he's a major character.
Wow. Okay.
So if he doesn't look spot on and amazing, the whole movie fails. So for that, special effects. I'm Rick Baker, special effects man. Stan Winston.
Yeah.
Those two guys.
That's right. He
I
did.
would
He did American Werewolf in London. That's right. Yep.
Yeah,
Good movie.
Absolutely.
Yep.
And that's my favorite werewolf movie of all time.
That's a great
American
movie.
Werewolf in London.
Yeah.
Yep. So probably them. As far as composers go, Danny Elfman.
Oh, yeah.
I love Danny Elfman.
Oh yeah. Yep.
As a matter of fact, we had his brother Richard Elfman on our podcast recently. So that as far as CGI goes, man, I don't know. I mean, Lucasfilm.
Okay.
They do a lot. I mean, that'd be great. So yeah, those guys as far as behind the scenes, but I mean, also directors, people to work with. I mean, Steven Spielberg's always been my idol. I like many elements of J.J. Abrams, but I mean, some of the newer guys. What's his name? What's on top of my head? The guy who directed Rogue One and Godzilla, Gareth Edwards.
Oh, yeah.
Love Gareth Edwards. And Matt Reeves, who did Cabin in the Woods, Planet of the Apes. I mean, those are guys that I would take a back seat and let them direct. Well, Lycanthrope, just to watch. Be a sponge, pick up on their processes and have some input and stuff like that. I would gladly give over my film to let them helm it just so I could take it all in and just become a better filmmaker, just being a part of that.
That's cool. That's cool. I like how you approach that. Like,
Yeah.
so not getting the film made, but also absorbing and learning from all these amazing people. That's really, really cool.
Oh, yeah.
To
me, you can always learn.
I got to ask, because only really cool people have seen this, but have you seen Dog Soldiers?
Oh, my God, yes.
Up to movie?
Yes.
I've never even heard of
Great
it.
It's
great
like a
werewolf movie.
military werewolf movie. It's amazing. Hey, by the way, I own it.
It's human soldier doggos?
Yeah, it is actually Human Soldier Dog.
yes.
You are not wrong.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, that's cool.
He nailed it.
If he ever gets around
Low budget werewolf, but it's basically Aliens meets an American Werewolf in London.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Dude, that sounds dope. I want to watch that. Well, if he ever gets around to filming Lycanthrope, you can be
Yeah.
one of the human doggos, and I can be one of the victims.
I mean, I already
to the
got a
human
little
doggo.
bit of body hair. I just got to
Yeah,
get the,
there you go.
I can
I think
take
it'll
my
work.
shirt off. When I'm.
Yeah.
I mean, you guys have got me so excited about that. I keep thinking some scene in that movie was somebody reading like some tabloid or whatever it is, and having on the front of that tabloid human doggos scene or whatever it is, just to have that in there.
Yes.
Right? Well, we coined that phrase, so when it takes off.
Yep.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely.
Very cool.
I will credit you in the movie for sure.
That would be awesome.
Nice,
Yes.
nice.
That would be awesome. I would love to be a part of that movie.
Do you have? I know you mentioned like American Werewolf in London, but do you have a favorite like template for a werewolf like in a movie?
What do you mean template?
Like you watch American Werewolf in London, it has a certain look to it, or like Underworld or something like that. Do you have like a favorite werewolf in a movie?
Saying.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, to me, American Werewolf in London was the best looking werewolf. That was just frightening looking, and it was amazing. But it was also on all fours. I want my werewolf to walk on 2 feet. Lycanthrope, what I like about my werewolf is that in my story, he explains that once you turn into a werewolf, that when you first change, you have no idea you're a wolf. You wake up and you have no idea what happened or what you went through or what you did. But the longer you stay in, the more you transition, the more you start to understand, the more you start to have comprehension, and the more you start to be able to enjoy those abilities. So if you get somebody who's a real madman and turns into a werewolf, and now he's got, his mind is working as a human, yet he's got the abilities and everything of this wolf, then you become something really dangerous and really something you haven't seen before. Every werewolf movie, they're pretty much just a beast. They're just a wild animal. What if you get one that can think, can open doors, and can contemplate and do things and stuff?
Like an
That's a
actual
whole
human
different
dog.
animal you're looking at.
You know, I was picturing in my head the Wolfman movie from 2008 from Universal when he was standing up. You seen that one?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the
Benicio del Toro,
remake.
yeah.
Yes, that's what I'm picturing in my head as your werewolf.
That's cool.
Yeah,
That's cool. That's cool.
Yeah.
something
I like
of
the
that
Howling.
nature. Yeah.
Do you remember the Howling?
Yeah. Yep.
The part where she's looking through the cabinet and the werewolf just grabs the file and pulls it over? Those werewolves look so amazing.
Yep.
Yeah, that's cool. That's so cool. Now I want to watch all the werewolf movies.
Now I'm excited. Now I want to go home and watch a werewolf movie now.
I own all of them, so they're right in there with my other 13
Wolfman?
movies.
Oh, I have American Werewolf in London. I have it on DVD at home, so I'm gonna go watch that one.
Very cool. Well,
Yeah, I have a friend of mine, Blake, who's actually going to be in my biker movie. He's actually writing a werewolf short and was asking me if there are any movies that I could recommend for him to watch. And I told him, you have to watch An American Werewolf in London. You can't write a werewolf script or look at doing a werewolf movie until you've seen that
It's a
movie and given
classic,
its chance to it. Absolutely.
very cool. Very cool.
I met David Naughton in person. He's a really nice guy. I met him a few years ago at a convention.
And that is one of my dream things. I'll go ahead and let you all know here. So it's an exclusive kind of. In my film, the Lycanthrope, I actually have where I want cameos of David Naughton, of Dee Wallace,
Oh, cool.
and Michael Pare, because Michael Pare was in Bad Moon, which is another very good one, and Dee Wallace was in The Howling, and David Naughton, of course, is an American. So to me, that's a holy trilogy right there.
I met Dee Wallace as well. Very sweet lady.
You gotta, those are,
Yeah, she seems. I've heard that.
Yes, she's a very sweet lady.
Yeah, I think I watched a panel with her at Spooky too. So that's cool.
She was at Spooky Empire a few years ago with the ET crew cast.
Amy just shot a movie with her too.
Oh, that's awesome.
Oh, that's cool. Debbie, you need to add these guys to your film somehow, Rick. Love their personality. Hey, talk about us?
Yes!
Yay! Personality entry in the
Yes, dreams come true. Thank you, Debbie.
yeah,
oh my God, this is happening.
I
I'm
was
so excited.
And their shirts. Look at their shirts, everybody. Oh, I've got to get one. Those are amazing looking shirts. I've got to look that company up.
You too can have a shirt if you go to hold on. HalloweenShirtCompany.com. Plug.
I'm gonna have to reach out to them. I'd love to get one of their shirts in my movie.
Oh, very cool. I'm sure Clint would oblige you.
Yes.
We can make that happen.
That would be
Let's
awesome.
talk, Clint.
Yeah, very cool. Oh my God, it's 8:49 already.
Where's the time gone?
I know, right?
I'm having so much fun talking about
That's
human doggos.
Whenever I started the Q&A at like 8:21, and it just went. See, that's how I know that we asked really good questions because it took a big chunk of
Good
time.
job, Johnny.
to answer.
Good job on the questions,
Yeah.
buddy. Good job.
You know what, Rick?
Well done.
Thank you. Thanks. Good job, Melissa.
Thanks.
All right.
Good job, Johnny. Thank you.
All right, well, Rick, we're going to go ahead and start to wind this down. Thank you for giving us your insight and giving us a little glimpse into your projects, past and future and everything what you got going on here. Any last shout-outs, any love you want to put out there? We're going to go put the camera on you, and you can go ahead and give all the love to whoever you want right now.
Well, thank you to everybody who's been helping me with Indie Horror Junkie with my movies and everything. But I definitely wanted to try and pimp out Indie Horror Junkie. And the main reason I want to do that is because we are the one magazine that basically likes to give credit to all the what I call blue-collar horror filmmakers out there, the guys who have to work a 9 to 5 and regular jobs and have to scrape and scrounge for any little dollar to make their movies. We try to focus on just them. We don't do studio stuff. That's for Fangoria, Rue Morgue, all that stuff to print out all the studio films. We like to try and help the little guys and get them the exposure they need. So if you've got a horror movie, if you're getting ready to make one, you wanted somebody to go out there and try and get information out there for you, put you in the magazine, put you on the website, put you on the podcast, and help you get some attention for your project, that's what we're all about because we're just like you. So use us, help you.
Oh, man, you're after my very own heart there because that's literally what we do with Haunts.
Yep.
Help us, help
Absolutely.
you. So that's very cool. See, Rick's just
We support others and
I
support
knew
our
when
friends.
we met you, you were a good one.
That's what this industry is all about.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, using your platform to help people. That's what we do.
Absolutely. I love that because to me, like, I wish stuff like this was out there when I was out there making my short films and stuff because, they don't have as many resources as all the studio films or the higher budget films or anything like that has. So whatever we can do to get the attention on them and help them with their project, help them get the exposure they need, we are all about it.
Cool. Awesome. All right. Well, very, very cool. Well, thank you so much, Rick. I have a feeling, what, we'll have to have you back on at some point. Maybe we'll get you on the next couple of years and see what you're up to, check in with you, and do all the things. And yeah, this was an awesome show.
This was a lot of
I'm
fun.
pumped now.
I
Let's
really
go watch some
enjoyed this.
werewolf movies right now.
Oh my God, let's go shoot a movie right now. Right now.
Let's
Werewolf. Let's go.
Let's go. All right.
Well, as soon as I make Lycanthrope, I will reach out to you guys. We've got to have you guys.
Oh my
involved
God,
in
that would be
something.
awesome.
Yeah.
That would be too much fun.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that would be so cool. I finally can have my own
Absolutely
IMDb
love
page.
to die or whatever you need. Just don't give me a lot of lines. Anything I could do where I don't have to memorize stuff.
Same.
Or if
No,
I could
same,
just
same.
improv stuff, that's what I'm good
You
at.
just kill me in the first 5 minutes,
Yeah.
I'll be fine with that.
Kill you in the first 5 minutes. Believe me,
The first 5 minutes of the movie. As long as I'm in there.
That's cool.
I'll even do something nice. I'll send you the first 5 minutes of my script so you can see, because the first 5 minutes is pretty much action packed, and I can see each of you getting wasted and killed right there in the first 5 minutes.
I am
No
down.
offense, of course.
I'm down for that.
That is fine. That is fine. All right, well, I'm down. So we'll have to
I'm
talk
down.
after.
I am absolutely down.
Very cool. All right, Rick, we'll hang out on Zoom for a moment so we can do a little post-game chat. And thank you. Make sure that you are all doing the things and following all the things. Let's bring this back up for them. IndieHorrorJunkie.com. You can link to all the things. Make sure you watch the podcast. Are you doing an episode tomorrow?
Tomorrow, yep.
Perfect. We'll see if we can tune in on that. And then Indie Horror Junkie on everything, Facebook, X, Instagram, all the things. Slasher, get out there, follow them, and support Indie Horror Junkie because that is awesome. So very, very cool. Awesome.
Thank you for having me on, and thank you everybody that tuned in and listened to us. This was a lot of fun.
Yeah, thank you for all the questions and all the insight.
This was great.
Amy,
Thank
Debbie,
you
everybody
for
that watched, you're all awesome.
chiming in on the chat there.
love it. I wish
Debbie
every
and
show was
Amy,
like this.
Everybody? Yeah, that's awesome.
Very cool.
Thank you for all the love.
All right, Rick,
Appreciate
hang
it.
out on Zoom. We'll be back with you in a moment.
You got it.
All right. That was awesome. Now I want to go watch some werewolf
God, I'm
movies
so
right now.
hyped right now.
I got to get up and go.
You know what? There was also a werewolf in Twilight that you gave me, so I caught Twilight and just skipped to the werewolf parts.
The Jacob parts?
Yeah,
Are you team Jacob?
I am actually. I'm a big fan of werewolves.
We could probably get Taylor Lautner.
To be in Lycanthrope?
No, we could just we could be on the show.
Okay.
Oh my God, that would be full circle. If he shows up at the end, he's like, I'm the real werewolf.
I'm the real human doggo.
Yeah, I don't know. What's up. All right, anyways. So thank you all for watching. We do appreciate your time. We do appreciate your support. Got a couple shout-outs we want to get here. No show next week. Remember, we do 3 shows a month. We take a week off so I don't get completely burned out.
Nope.
So, yeah, no show next week. We're gonna take a break. We're still lining up a couple things for June. We got some guests lined up. Very, very cool right there. We need to give a shout out once again to our platinum sponsors. Thank you to Fright Nights and Woods of Terror for sponsoring us. Make sure you guys follow them on social media. Can't wait to go down to South Florida this year and see our friends down there. And we're also going to make a trip out to Woods of Terror. Cannot wait for that. That is going to be awesome. If you want to support HauntScene, you can do that in multiple ways. We had a website hiccup, but I think that's fixed now. You can go to HauntScene.com and click on the supporter link. Reach out to us. We've got a couple different tiers for sponsorships. A couple people expressed interest in that. That is awesome. Everything that is ever donated to the show gets invested right back into the show so we can travel more and do more things. So we do appreciate that. Make sure you follow us on Patreon. Thank you to John Sebastian Lavelle, Crystal Lavelle, Mark Muncie, and SRN Travel Stories, who are helping keep the HauntScene lights on and pay for Zoom and Dropbox and all that stuff. Appreciate that. And make sure you follow HauntScene on everything. We are literally HauntScene on everything, including Slasher and all that stuff. We do appreciate the support. Our main platforms these days are Instagram and YouTube, but we're also maintaining a presence on these other ones as well. And that is going to be it for us. So, good job, Melissa Lucan.
Good job, Johnny.
Wow.
That was awkward.
was
Can we
really-
try that again? Wait.
Wow.
I wanted to cry. Okay.
Okay, I'm super excited.
You're super
about human
excited,
doggos
aren't
now.
you? But
Yeah.
human
All right,
doggos.
well, it's time to go Waffle House. So let's
do
wrap
it.
this thing up. Till next time, spooky Z.
As always, happy haunting. Have a good night.
Bye. We'll see you in the next episode. Have a great night. Bye-bye.
Give me some treats.